2023, an event on cardiac wellness with a holistic approach, organized by the students of WHUI University. I am officially, and it's a privilege for us to serve as your host for the day. Divine blessing of Bhagwan Lakshmi, Kripalwan Lakshmi, Rajashri Muni, and the guidance of our most beloved Rata, Dr. Dinesh Sainath. Let's begin the day of empowerment, sharing, and learning with great enthusiasm and energy. Our main goal in organizing spread knowledge about the different facets of cardiac wellness and how they relate to a holistic view of health. It is common knowledge that one of the main causes of mortality worldwide is heart disease. We feel that a preventive strategy is vital for maintaining a healthy heart, even if current medical developments have made it simpler to diagnose and treat cardiac problems. We at Yoga University focus on holistic approach to maintaining good health. That includes asana, pranayama, a healthy diet, and healthy habits. The objective of yoga can be integrated in physical, mental, as well as spiritual ways because it deals with body, mind, and spirit. There are several levels of development along the path of yoga, and at Bangladesh, we help and guide others to power a niche that helps them to grow in all aspects of their life. We believe that good health is not just a requirement but a lifestyle, and that's what promoted us to organize this event. We at Luxy offer BSc, MSc, BA, Diploma, PhD courses in multidisciplinary research. Our upcoming YTC that starts from 1st March. Interested candidates can come in contact with us. We have an exciting lineup of speakers and guests today who will be sharing their expertise and knowledge and cover a wide range of subjects from the benefits of millets for a healthy heart to the contribution that yoga and Ayurveda makes to the prevention of cardiovascular disease and a modern perspective on the same. Today we have with us the Millet Man of India, Dr. Hrudayam, who will speak about the obvious benefits of millets for heart health. We are ecstatic to have you here today. We will also hear from Dr. Vijay Kumar PS, an associate professor at Lakulish Yoga University, who will outline how yoga helps prevent cardiovascular disease. P.D. Tapan Kumar, MD Ayurveda from the SGVP Hospital in Ahmedabad, will share an Ayurvedic prophylactic approach to cardiology, and Dr. Dushyant Bala, the Deputy Medical Superintendent at Apollo CVHF Heart Institute in Ahmedabad, will highlight the most recent developments in cardiovascular disease. We are honored by the presence of all our speakers today and are confident that they will all enrich our knowledge and contribute to the success of this workshop. All of the participants who have made the time to join us today are also extended a hearty welcome from us. Your presence here is greatly appreciated, as is your desire to learn more about cardiac wellness. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of the organizers and volunteers who have put in countless hours to bring this workshop together. दीपक का शाब्दिक अर्थ है प्रकाश करने वाला। भारतीय संस्कृति में दीपक को न केवल अंधेरे का नाशक माना जाता है, परंतु साक्षी भी माना जाता है। सभी शुभ कार्यों में अज्ञान रूप अंधेरे को दूर करके दीपक हमारे कर्मों का साक्षी करें। इस प्रार्थना के साथ हम इस वर्कशॉप के अवसर पर दीपक प्रज्वलन करेंगे। दीप प्रागत्य वेद गान के साथ करने से वैदिक मंत्रों की ऊर्जा भी हमारे मन को ज्ञान देने योग्य बनाती है। सभी माननीय अतिथियों को मंच पे आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी।
भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः हिरण्मये स्पृष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवहितय्यरायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ मेधादेवी जुषमाणा न आगात् विश्वासी भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया दृष्टा दुदमाना गुरुक्तान् बृहस्पते त्वया दृष्टदृशिर्भवति देवी त्वया ब्रह्मान् गतश्रीरुतत्वया त्वया दृष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषद्भद्रविमो न मेधे मेधां महेन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना उभावा दत्तां पुष्करस्रजाम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
I would request Dr. Khadarwali, Mr. Rahil Patel, Mr. Mahesh Chajar and Manjuben Chajar, Mr. Vanshal Bhansali, Mr. Prashant Dave, Mr. Sachin Patel, Dr. Vijay Kumar PS, and Ms. Sahana A. to please come on stage and take the seat. भारतीय संस्कृति में अतिथि का स्वागत चरण प्रक्षालन और भेंट देकर किया जाता है। हमारी संस्कृति देश काल और परिस्थिति के अनुसार कार्य करने की अनुमति देती है और आज हमारे समाज को वृक्षारोपण और प्रकृति संरक्षण की आवश्यकता है। अतः स्वागत के लिए हम अतिथियों का सम्मान उन्हें एक तुलसी का पौधा, फल और मिलेट्स देकर करना चाहें। I would like to invite Subha Patel on stage now for the welcome speech.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to Hrudayam 2023 Karya Wellness of Holistic Approach, organized by the Polish Yoga University. This workshop is designed to explore the different dimensions of Karya Wellness and to promote a more holistic approach towards cardiovascular health. As we all know that today, heart disease is one of the leading causes of death globally. It is imperative that we take proactive steps to maintain this cardiac wellness. We have a distinguished panel of speakers who are experts in their respective fields and they have dedicated their careers to promote healthy hearts. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our speakers and dignitaries to you. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Padmashri Dr. Hrudayam sir. I would like to invite our Vice President, Rajan sir, to felicitate Dr. Hrudayam. As we celebrate the International Year of Millets in 2023, Dr. Wallis' extensive knowledge and experience will provide us with valuable insights on how to incorporate millets into our diet for the healthy heart. Now, we are honored to have Sri Mahesh Chatterjee, founding partner of Ms. Chatterjee and Company. We also have his wife, Ms. Madhuban Chatterjee. He is the managing trustee of Kamar Shanti Trust, leading sponsor of this event, Jeevdaya Charitable Trust. Now I will request our Provost, Prashant Davedi, to felicitate Mahesh Patel. We have the esteemed presence of Sri Vansraj Hansali, philanthropist, industrialist, and a social activist. He is the president and managing trustee of Gurukulam School, trustee of Rajasthan School and Rajasthan Hospital. He has worked very closely for the Jain Samaj in Sankheshwar, Ranavati. I will request our respected board member, Sri Sachin Sir, to felicitate Hansali. Now, allow me to introduce Sri Sachin Patel, sir, the Vice President of Lakulish Youth University and the owner of EasyWay Company. Sri Patel is a remarkable individual who has always provided unwavering support and encouragement to students. He possesses a unique blend of traditional thinking and modern insights, making him a valuable member of the academic community. I will request a member of our organizing committee, Nikhil Srinivas, to felicitate Rahul sir. It is my pleasure to introduce our distinguished provost, Sri Prashant Davedi, who brings with him a wealth of experience in the field of education. He is a scholarship leader. He has established his own private library which serves as a beacon for students seeking to expand their understanding of world. I will request a member of our organizing committee, Ankit Saudagar, to felicitate Prashant. We presence of Sri Sachin Patel, who is a distinguished board member of Lakulish Yoga University. He is considered a true representative of Lakulish Yoga lineage and a devoted disciple and follower of Param Pujya Kripalanandaji and Brahmali Rajarshi Muniti. It is a privilege for him to have received the guidance of these respected spiritual leaders. We have another person who could not be with us, who also had this opportunity, our Honorable Arjuna. Swami Rajarshi Muni's presence is also felt through their presence. I will request Nikhil Srinivas to felicitate Sachin sir. We are privileged to have with us today Dr. Vijay Kumar PS, who holds the position of Associate Professor at WSU University. With his extensive background in academic, clinical, and research, a multitude of published scientific papers on the subject of yoga therapy, he is eminently qualified to provide us with invaluable guidance on the crucial topic of cardiovascular disease prevention through yoga. I will request a member of our organizing committee, Yash Vola, to felicitate with his. We are honored to have with us our respected registrar, Sanna Enu, a clinical psychologist who has worked in Limhan's Bangalore. She is not only a clinical psychologist but also a wonderful teacher who has been dedicated to help students achieve their highest potential. She is one of the kindest and most supportive person I have ever met. Her exceptional leadership and valuable experience have played a vital role in the success of this prestigious university. Now I will request a member of our organizing committee, Bhumika Aryani, to felicitate Sarna. I welcome our ever encouraging and cheerful teaching and non-teaching faculty members for being present today. I gladly receive all the students and alumni of Lakulish Yoga University and all the participants coming across Ahmedabad and Gujarat. I would also like to take a moment to introduce Lakulish Yoga University. Lakulish Yoga University is the first private university of Gujarat that focuses solely on yoga. It was established by our Brahmali Swami Rajarshi Munisi in April 2013. The university was started with the apparent purpose of blending traditional yoga with science to make this knowledge accessible to the world. In conclusion, I would like to thank all the speakers for agreeing to be a part of this workshop and sharing their expertise with us. I am confident that their insights will help us gain a better understanding of how we can achieve a healthy heart through a more holistic approach. Thank you all for being a part of this event. I wish you all a fruitful and enjoyable time here. Namaste. Thank you, Dhruva. We have the Millet Man of India, Padma Shri Dr. Kadir Wali, as a special guest today, and he will be describing the benefits of millet for heart health. अन्न में प्राण हो। आहार अपने आप में एक औषधि है। यह औषधि को और प्रभावी बनाने के लिए प्राथमिकता और प्रार्थना महत्वपूर्ण है। यथा अन्न तथा पन्न भी कहा जाता है। अतः पथ्य भोजन को सात्विकता और प्रार्थना के मन से लेने से शरीर पर आहार औषधि का काम करता है। The government of India. The government of India sponsored the proposal for International Year of Millet 2023, which was accepted by the United Nations General Assembly. The declaration has been instrumental for the government of India to be at the forefront in celebrating the International Year of Millet. PM Narendra Modi has also shared his vision to make International Year of Millet 2023 a people's movement, alongside positioning India as a global hub for millet. Dr. Kadir Wali, a renowned scientist, is a proponent of organic farming, natural food, and healthy living. For his contributions to agriculture, nutrition, and healthcare, he has won various honors and accolades. The Padma Shri Award, one of India's highest civilian awards for his contributions to the agricultural industry. The work of Dr. Kadir Wali focuses on health advantages of millets, a class of small seeded grass that have been used as food for many years. Millets are a great substitute for other grains because they are gluten-free and packed with nutrients. They have been associated with a number of health advantages, including enhanced heart health, and are high in fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals, and they are environment friendly as well. Before we go ahead, I would like to call our very own Rahil sir to speak a few words.
Uh, a very good morning to every one of you. Thank you again for coming here. We hope that you will enjoy this renowned speakers that we have lined up today. There are four of them. We'll make it a very impactful day for you. The interesting part about setting this up is the fact that this has been always uh, an initiative that was bound to be done but never done. So we were very elated and we are very glad that this got brought together. And I'm very excited and thankful and proud at the same time that this was done by the students of the Lucky Lakshmi University. It was, तो जब आपके घर पे आप पूरे दिन का थकान लेके घर पे जाते हो and you're taking your shoes off and somebody comes in and offers you a glass of water, right, a family member of yours, you will feel very happy about it, right? And then it is because it was never asked and it was still done, right? So this is the exact same thing we as part of the managing committee of the university feel whenever students go uh, outside of the norm, right, and do such activities. So I'm very again very proud that we were able to inculcate at least some sort of छोटे से संस्कार मैं ऐसा बोलता हूँ कि वो जाके सोसाइटी को ऐसा कंट्रीब्यूशन दे सके. There are just two things I would like to speak because I know Dr. Valli also has to go to Anand from here, so we want to be respectful of his time. But I will say that what strengthens the body, and I think so the strengthening of the body after is what we eat and what you read, right? And what strengthens an institution, I think it is the people that make it a moral and just institution. So we are proud that we have a person today that will talk about how to strengthen your body. Maybe this is free. We are glad that it's been organized by an institution that is moral and just towards the commitment of society. But more importantly, what makes a society so strong and consider it we consider it to be a very well balanced society. I think it is only done through what is called as giving back, right? Philanthropy is a word, but I think giving back to the society. And we have two distinguished guests here. Again, they have continually given back to society. One, I would say, Ansari sir, I think is well known for his philanthropic work. I think we can at least have one full session of what all he has done in his life. So I think I'm not going to say enough because I think his name is enough in the field that what he has contributed to society. So I would again request all of you to give a big round of applause to. And then as professionals, as I call it, right, we are always short of, it's not the right now, but I think we are always short of time, which is essentially comes to time management. But nonetheless, we have another distinguished guest who has studied practice. He is considered to be the authority in taxation and legal matters related to taxation. But that is not the person that is here. The person that is here is the person who is the trustee of GPI, who, if you guys know, is essentially an organization that looks after the birds and the people that cannot speak, not people, but beings that cannot speak. So we have Chandraji here with us. Again, so as you can see that the success of a country or the success of the society at large is only by the people that make it relevant of the contribution to it. And as you can see, all the people here have done immense work to the benefit of society. While we are waiting for the program to start, I have the opportunity to speak with Dr. Valli, and he and I can relate to what he was saying. He was saying that he believed in the cause when nobody else was even willing to listen to him. So it takes a lot of perseverance, right? It takes a lot of internal commitment, stating that what work you are doing is essentially going to make a great contribution to the society. So, and as I just said, right, you start a war with single-handed and then the army comes out. So I think we are the army in this war that Dr. Valli has started. this project actually for betterment of society. So it's an immense pleasure. So we are very honored that you accepted our invite and be part of this event. So, as a small memento of you never forgetting us, we will also never forget you. But as a small memento of you never forgetting us, uh, we will give you a small book because I think knowledge is what makes the world change. And I think you have enough, and I'm sure you are the starter of sharing your knowledge everywhere across the world. So what better acknowledgement of all the efforts that you put in than move that further ahead. So please accept our request. So again, I am humbly requesting every one of you to take the maximum out of what you get today, right? We are organizing this, as I said, to the benefit of you all, personal, individual, families, and share whatever you gain today with your friends, neighbors, so that they also have a better life, right? So without any further ado, I would invite here Dr. Valli to kindly give his talk so that we all can be later.
सबको मेरा सभी जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. I'm not at war with anyone. हम तो बदलना चाहते हैं बस. हम दुनिया को बदलना चाहते हैं. दुनिया बदले या ना बदले, प्रयास को हम कर रहे हैं. I'm trying to change the world. Whether the world changes or not is irrelevant. हमारा effort तो उस दिशा में होगी. I try till I die to change the world because I think it's not in the right direction. So sarve janaः sukhino bhavantu. All the things that are born on this planet have to be at ease. So that's what I think. So I have been pained that human race has been marching towards the other way now. We have been destroying the environment, we have been destroying fauna and flora on this planet. We have been extinct in the thought of living things on this planet. And the earlier life before 1990s, I was also one among many. But then when I met a small girl of age 6, menstruating in an advanced country, the so-called advanced country, America, I felt so dejected, so ashamed of myself being human. So the word human itself doesn't have any sense. Because here we have a small girl of 6 years menstruating and no one cared. On top of it, they were giving steroid injections thinking that that would stop the problem. It did not. So I said there is something wrong with this so-called advanced scientific world. And I started looking into it, there was no science at all. Absolutely zero science. These guys took one of our cows because they don't have any cows in their world and manipulated with IVF technology, genetic engineering, and made this cow give 25 liters of milk. Hey, you see your cow gives 1 or 2 liters, our cow gives 1 liter, and that's how our cow became used. You can laugh. Don't be so serious. And they didn't stop there. The mothers of America did not want to feed their babies. They are busy. They said 6 weeks is enough. And then they started feeding this milk. Lo and behold, in a matter of 5 to 10 years, most of the girls started menstruating early. It became 10 years, 9 years. And when I met, for my good luck or bad luck, I met this girl who was menstruating at the age of 6, looking into space because she has already been given a lot of steroids. So she became different personality. She just started eating anything that 3 to 4 weeks she was weighing more than, by the time she was around 48 kilos. So all in the name of science. Natural age, even in America, they were menstruating at the age of 14 or 15. And no doctor, no scientist, no one asked this question. Sadly, even today, in India it is happening. A lot of girls are menstruating at the age of 6. In fact, the other day, before I came, my daughter received a girl who was started menstruating at the age of 4. And all the experts, all the doctors, all the scientists have still not been asking this question. And can there be a more serious problem than this? And women started shaving. No problem, beauty parlors came up. And men started losing the sperm count. The sperm health is gone, and mentally retarded kids have started being born. No questions asked. And we are doing research after research for the last 70 years. So for me, it was so simple that if you don't drink milk, all these issues are taken away. Milk is the first food that mother produces, any mammalian animal produces, including man is a mammalian. So the mother's milk is what needs to be taken by the baby. So cow gives milk for who? No, for you to drink coffee, tea, eat paneer, pizza, burgers. And no scientist has any question to ask. No doctor has anything to say about this. No, we all parade ourselves saying we are scientists. Yeah. So I asked this simple question. Why the hell are we drinking cow's milk? We should be drinking our mother's milk. And mother gives you milk for 2.5 years and it stops. That means you are not supposed to drink milk afterwards. In fact, genetically, the enzyme that digests milk gets stopped by food. But we are producing the maximum amount of milk in the world. Genetically manipulating these poor animals just because they are holy, they don't say anything to you. क्या हो रहा है? So you screw up your health, hormonal imbalance your cost, and this was disastrous, out of proportion results we have been experiencing. And then we create businesses out of it and call ourselves progressive, civilized human beings. And then Green Revolution along with to take care of their waste from the war technology, they create fertilizers and then choose these three grasses called rice and wheat, white rice and wheat, which make their grain from C3 carbon, that is pyruvic acid, oxalic acid, ascorbate, then citric, and then it becomes glucose. And that's how the energy of sun is trapped. You make the chemical energy. The photo energy is converted to chemical energy, and that is the base food in all grains, in everything that the plants make, and it transforms itself into carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, all hangama is done. The diversity plays its drama. But then any animal eats any of these things, again it has to be brought down to glucose so that your blood carries it into different living cells, and their mitochondria, the breathing, and that is life. You take in oxygen, burn glucose, convert the chemical energy into biological energy in the form of ATP, then release carbon dioxide. So that has to be exhaled immediately, not if I just आपका नाक और मुंह दबा के रखो 3 minute will go up. That means at the same time you are producing the energy, a beautiful chemical energy getting converted into biological energy. So the photon energy, chemical is becoming biological energy, ATP. While doing this reduced carbon dioxide in the form of glucose has to be again burned, oxidized to release that trapped energy. And that's how the Shakti Sanchaya happens. The energy of the sun getting into the chemicals, then it becomes biochemical because it is done by the biological system called plants. Without chlorophyll, you don't get this done. And that's why greenery is the address of the planet Earth because it covers itself with 90% of the land is covered. You are thinking forest? No, it's not the forest. The highest green everywhere is the C4 gas. It is that small 5-6 inches of layers that is held by the roots of these C4 grasses which can grow anywhere, everywhere on this planet. No need of water, and that is contrary to this C3, C4, C3 gases, which require water to make C4. And that's how we are all tricked by the so-called agricultural experts saying that 1 acre you could grow only 8 quintals of rice. Now we have done magic with the green revolution, we can grow 30 quintals. Oh, great, this is food security. So you start irrigating the land because you need water to grow more. So you go and mine the mountains and topsy turvy. Shabash, shabash. You are progressing. And then what happened? You eat this C3 food. Started becoming thick, which have been very thin. Because more than 5 grams of glucose in your blood makes your blood thick at the temperature of our body. So why rice makes your blood thick? Because it doesn't have mechanism to hold back glucose entry into the blood. It floods your blood within 15 minutes of your eating anything that is made of rice. Idli, dosa, pulao, biryani, eat this bath, that bath, ಬಿಸಿಬೇಳೆ bath, tomato bath, whatever baths you can eat. ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಈ ಬಾತು ಆ ಬಾತು ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಾತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. So you keep eating all these baths, the flooded glucose thickens your blood, and that is the beginning of your heart problem. Thickened blood has to be pumped with more intensity. So extra work is done on these muscles of what is going on. His blood is becoming thick. So just by the gravity, the blood has to, thicker blood has to come up. It starts scaling the blood vessels. slowly and steadily there is deposition both in the veins and then slowly into your arteries. And really your arteries are getting blocked, 15% blocked, 20% blocked. Hey, we will do angiogram, hey, we will do this, we will do that. Oh, your heart is 90% blocked. You can open up. Come on. Will they be all right after we see after the operation? Before that, we'll give you blood thinners. We'll give you this, we'll give you that, we'll give you that. No doctor tells, we're not supposed to be pumping the glucose into your blood like this. No, no, no. All that, you can eat whatever you want. Take it steadily. This is the situation. So here we have cardiac wellness holistic approach. So you don't talk about the food that kick in your blood and then start searching with the means and methods of healing it. Oh, you will operate, you do this, you will, oh, you do yoga, you do this, you do that. I have yoga asana for this, I have our asana for this. You do all asanas, the blood is the one which does all the effects. So the blood itself is gone. The homeostasis of the blood is completely ruined by what you are eating, and it is at the behest of this wonderful, great scientific avishkars that these so-called agriculturists have been doing all along for the last 75 to 100 years. And we call it food. After it, some people have mustered the courage to say it is junk food. I say it is junk. So human beings has not recognized what we eat, what not we eat. It's so simple logic that homeostasis of the blood is disturbed by rice and wheat because there are no mechanism to control the release of the glucose into the blood. And then top of it, these are, "Hey, आप अचार खा रहे हैं, इसीलिए आपको heart problems आ रहा है." Oh, क्या बात है? मुझे मालूम नहीं. Oh, don't eat salt. I want to amend my voice. I say, don't eat salt, don't eat अचार. अचार का रोज कहाँ है मुझे मालूम नहीं है, पता ही नहीं. See, you take salt, huh? Your wife forgets that she has put the salt because you have made a phone call and she is answering and said, she forgot she has put the salt. She puts once more. And she serves that. The moment you touch it, you say, "Child, what is this salt? I want you to throw it." So the regulation is there on your tongue for salt. But वही गुलाब जामुन बनाया. She forgot and put the salt, sugar again once more. हेमावती बहुत अच्छा है और एक गुलाब जामुन होता है ना. There is no control for this stupid sugar. That is the problem. So you are telling something that can be controlled automatically, instinctively, is the reason for your heart problem. And all these experts in the world do not speak anything about rice, wheat, chini that is causing the problem of the heart. And even our yoga teachers, Ayurveda gurus, don't say, no, everything is covered into this asana. क्या बात कर रहे हैं? So whether it is yogasana, whether it is naturopathy or homeopathy, allopathy, nothing works before the Tirupati. And I don't want to say what will become. What will happen to your heart? It is still struggling to pump this thickened blood, and you are getting scaling, you are getting deposits. So the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, other endocrine systems sees. The stupid fellow doesn't understand that blood is being flooded. let me do something about this excess glucose. And it knows to convert it into cholesterol. It knows to convert it into triglycerides because these are the chemicals needed for some other purposes. So cholesterol has to be converted into vitamin D under the skin. So anyway, I know how to make more cholesterol, make little more cholesterol. If it makes more cholesterol, it becomes more thick. So the body stops after making little more cholesterol. I will make little different things or try this. I will do something else to make it fat. I will do something else to make glycogen, make fat. So the body is under emergency and unnecessary biochemical processes are triggered and you start making excess cholesterol, excess triglycerides, excess chromatic factor, excess this, excess that. And all of a sudden you see you're becoming fat because glycogen fat. Oh, you're becoming obese. Obesity, don't worry, come, we will have some sucking of the fat from you, some technology, I don't want to eat those. You see this unnecessary drama going on in the name of science and research? If only these experts say one word, don't eat rice and wheat and chini. The homeostasis of the blood reverts back. In no time, actually, because we have healed the so-called 95% blockages. Just talking rice, wheat, and I told him this is Ekadashi, just fast for 2 days. But of course, nowadays intermittent fasting. I eat at night 8 o'clock and I eat only at 12 o'clock, 16 hours I'm fasting. Yeah, fasting at 12 hours, precise. Needing sugar, and 4 hours you do it for fasting. Yeah, okay. You want to fast minimum 12 hours, but fasting in its true sense is 24 hours. That means एकादशी ने सुबह खाया आपको तो आने वाला दिन रात 8 बजे को खाना. So they are calculating this sleeping and night also into
fasting.
और एक एकादशी और फास्टिंग. हम ऑरेंज फास्टिंग करते हैं, हम पोमेग्रेनेट फास्टिंग करते हैं, हम पोहा फास्टिंग करते हैं. I don't eat rice, but I eat poha. All these are fasting. This is our problem. Unless you avoid foods that not release, if you take the food that doesn't release glucose in your bloodstream, like blood, only then you can stop the problem. And what is that grain that does this job? A grain that has got enough fiber to hold back the hydrolytic process of your digestive system, such that the regulation is ingrained in the food that you eat. So I just said, oh. So people come to me, I said, don't eat rice, don't eat wheat, don't eat sugar, don't touch meat at all, because that is already made cholesterol, made triglycerides, made everything, because that animal food has made for itself. You want to eat that. You should be making your meat, this protein sequence is different from that protein sequence. So you have to first break down that which you cannot do properly. All this humbug is created thinking and saying this, you need protein, you need protein, you need protein. For heaven's sake, there is no peptide in our mouth at all. The few percentage of our enzyme system has peptides, only 3 to 4%. And all these doctors say protein. So our Ayurveda, eat protein, not animal protein, plant protein, sprouts, khalo, itna khalo. Hari, you are not supposed to take half teaspoon of pulses. because each pulse is loaded with 20% of protein. 20% of protein. You need 3 to 4% of protein. That means once a week you eat half this two level is enough for you. But then these fellows are eating meat, saying protein, protein. We also need to eat protein. Hey, sprouts banao. Hey, sprout cow. Yes, sprout cow. This is good for you. That is good for you. Eat because of sprouts, morning protein, evening protein. Hey, banao, oh, banao. Eat banao. You are loading your kidney. Nitrogen metabolism is very weak in the human body. Kidney is the only fellow who can take care of. Oh, I have protein in my urine, leaking protein. It's not leaking, it is dumping. All doing yeah. So the moment you start eating more protein, the blood, and you don't understand after 20% protein, remaining all is carbohydrate in every pulse. So moong dal ho, tur dal ho, chana ho, whichever pulse you eat, you have 60 grams of carbohydrate, which is just like your rice and wheat pumps in your blood. Maybe little less speed because it is associated, but protein is not interpolated with carbohydrate. Very little. So you are not only increasing protein pressure. So ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬಿಸಿ ಬರೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ढोकला is चना खाओ 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 कई गुजराती को ये वीडियो चना को they make bhaji out of it, they make chutney out of it, everything because आदमी बोल रहे हैं आपको प्रोटीन चाहिए but by eating protein you are dumping more carbohydrate. एक कोई तक नहीं बता because it's all business. That's why I said absolute zero science. And in the form of science, in the name of science, we are doing all this. Green revolution, white revolution, pink revolution. गुलाबी विप्लव, श्वेत विप्लव, हरित विप्लव, बहुत अच्छा लगता है हमारे हिंदी में और लोकल लैंग्वेज, बेटर देन इंग्लिश वर्ड्स. खैरो और एक आ रहा है, नीली विप्लव आ रहा है, ब्लू रेवोल्यूशन, तद्रुपी मछलियां बना रहे हैं, and that's going to cause much more dangerous. So the green revolution has created glucose imbalance. Your Shweta Viplava has created harmony balance, and your so-called Gulabi Viplava, pink revolution has created microbial imbalance. These ideas need steroids, antibiotics, started killing the microbes in our body. Which is actually the real doctor. 24/7 doctor is in your family. That they weigh almost 1.4 kilograms, in fact, little more than your brain. So you screw up all the balances. In fact, if you screw up these two balances, these microbes are going to set that balance. That also you screw up. And keep loading the boys and girls even before they are born antibiotics. Antibiotics courses. Whatever little left out microbes want to khatam karna hai. So without telling all these things, if the experts are willing to say they are taking care of the health of the people, कुछ साइंस बचा हुआ है. So we are flabbergasted. We are doing surgery with hole, without hole. We do robotic surgery. This is technology. Technology कुछ फायदा का काम का है. So you have MRI scan, PET scan, this scan, that scan. Mind is specialty. You go to that department, you go to this department, you go to that department. You want कितनी चाहिए, क्रिएटिव ज़्यादा है, और ये करना, वो करना. क्या करना? क्या नहीं करना बताओ पहले. And we are running around the hospitals thinking that you will get help, but कहाँ हो गया? आपका रसोई घर में हो. You have changed your रसोई घर. Hey, Dr. Kaz, there is no रसोई घर. We have Zomato and Swiggy. Where are we? 93 lakh orders per day in Bangalore today. So आप आपका शहर खोया है रसोई घर में, आप ढूंढ रहे हैं अस्पताल. तो परिष्कार क्या है? बहुत सीधा साधा है. You don't need to be a genius to figure this out. Change your food. You think that is food. हमने बताया पहले वो तो ज्ञान है. The thing that is to be thrown away, you are thinking this food. It is causing the disease condition. In the material domain itself, and I will tell you in the non-material domain how these things cause disease. मालूम है मैं क्या बात कर रहा हूँ? So all this drama of healthcare is drama only. There is no science. As I said, zero science. The root cause is here. So I tell, hey, this is not the way human beings should be. And to produce this stupid food, we have made the planet out of that. Killed thousands of living things on this planet. Destroyed the forest. To produce 1 kilo rice, we need 8,000 liters of water. It is holistic approach that will save the planet. It's not cardiac wellness, it is the wellness of everything that makes things happen. Even your heart can be saved if your heart works really as heart. Not the physical heart, heart for other living things. And that's why it's called salvation or everything that is born on this planet, be at ease. Sukha means people think happiness. It's not. It's being at ease. Yoga teachers may know Sukhasana means being at ease. So how do we keep things at ease? When your blood is flowing without any internet, each and every living cell, and getting back the toxic morbid waste that is generated. How it is generated? While burning, use of carbon dioxide is generated. And if it is not removed, that's why the blood carries the carbon dioxide from the pollutest places of the living cell, gets it to the lungs. So everything works in tandem, holistically. Because even if one molecule of carbon dioxide is left, that fellow will start its dance. That's what our ancestors said, you sleep well. Because when you only sleep, you remove inch by inch every part of your sleep. That's why when you get good, that is the best way of cleaning the wine. So without good sleep, you have no chaitanya because each and every cell is tired of carrying this toxic gas. We need to breathe that. Breathe slowly and steady. That's why our fellow said, sit in one place, observe your breath. Basically, you're really observing life itself. Energy is being generated, the biological energy. ATP is then going to drive your arm. And while doing that, you are creating, it's called oxidative stress. You are oxidizing carbon dioxide is the product, oxidizing glucose. So the energy that is getting released is tumbling down, the electron is tumbling down, and the cytochromes are catching and preparing ATP. But there is a leakage of energy. वो क्षेत्र में a energy field, electronic energy, is called EMF. In fact, that's very important parameter for functioning of the heart. There is a particular force that's called motive force, electron motive force, proton motive force. So if these two are not balanced, they are in trouble. So the EMF accumulates, it transmutates into a free radical. It catches up some electronegative stuff, either oxygen or sulfur or nitrogen, and takes it free radical. And that free radical is after all loaded with energy, doesn't know what to do, simply running around and organized in that particular. So you have dysfunctional one organ, it then initiates other organs not being. So over a period of time, we are creating a chronic disease. So in the making of energy, you are creating this negative EMF. So what is the solution? This is necessary, but this is also necessary. There is no way you get ATP without leakage of energy, and that is where the disease is generated. You understand what I'm saying? This is the non-material to me. So how do I wipe it out there? If I don't, it's going to translate into a disease. Somewhere or the other, some disease are there. Whether it is thickening of heart valves, or this, or that, blood thickening and blood accumulating some toxic thing. All these are actually transformations of the same disease. This is one. That is the EMF. Then it can become heart problem, it can become kidney problem, it can become liver problem, it can become spleen problem, whatever problem. All are names, Nama, Rupa, Matra. Disease is the same. It is there everywhere. In every cell it comes. Because to produce energy, you need to produce this. There is no option. That means food is not just nutrition. This much protein, this much, all this those lovely so-called nutritionists. But then the food should also have provision to clean up this. And that's why our Ayurveda come Panchakarma karne, clean out toxic molecules, all loaded up with mala, nirmala karna hai, aja. So do Panchakarma, you feel good, I have very nice sir. So go back after 6 months, come back again. Again one more. Because you don't know where this stupid thing is coming from. So what if we design our food to mop up this EMF so that we do not allow the system to generate the disease itself. So I stand in this wood, this is not wood, but this is not wood. I hope I am standing on a wood, then it is wood, I am standing, and you give me electric wire and pass the current. Nothing happens. Why? Because the moon is a pool of electrons, aromatic electrons, called leakage. So the excess glucose that it just converts from chain carbon to ring to carbon. And because ring carbon starts allowing the electrons to rotate itself, this aromaticity is called. So the beauty of this aromatic ring is the electrons can rotate with this much energy, and if the energy is more, it can rotate little more energy, little more energy, till the chair becomes saturated and you can kick off out. So there is enough time. So you have a free radical generated in any part of the organs, is energy. So this fellow called coming here. And that's why I don't get shocked. Don't pass to me huge amount of time. So now what if I have a food material that can supply something like this? Then I stabilize this EMF, and that is called PM, proton motive force. Many people think proton motive force, there should be a cation, there should be a positive ion. That is also proton motive, but then positive ion is a dangerous fellows because they keep pulling out electrons from everything and anything. So you cannot have cations running around in your body. They have to be blocked. That's why they are called fingers enzymes. Actually, there is a potassium channel. There has to be a channel, the zinc channel. So all these cations are needed for some time then to do the particular job. But then if you allow them, they will do damage. So that's why all the protons in our body are actually protected, channelized. Simply you cannot say sodium. That's why it is telling you, hey, this is more, don't do this. That's why you don't eat too salty. Understand what is happening. This is life for you. Not going to office and coming. This is the real life inside body. So you cannot have protons running around say I will provide PMO. In fact, you can be killed just by pumping potassium water into your blood. You know that? You can kill someone easily, just potassium salt. It is artificial cooked. So you cannot create PMF in the form of ions. And that's why the problem that we are going to face with this stability fluid. Because these fishes are great concentrating fellows of cations, but they have mechanism to withstand this EMF of cations. So they actually accumulate the things mercury, lead, arsenic. So you start eating these fishes. Oh, I love whale meat. I love that meat, this meat, all these five-star hotels supplying this so-called Apurupa mamsas. We are actually invited, and that's how most of these so-called advanced fellows have Parkinson's and other things, because they can knock out your nerve centers and remove the sheath of the signals are gone. And all, hey, when did I marry you? Are you my wife? This is Alzheimer's. And after half an hour, oh, yeah. These kind of peculiar diseases are generated because of what? Your food. So unless you understand the origin of disease, you cannot say you are going to heal or cure or do whatever the words you want. So where is the problem? The problem is not cleaning your metabolic waste. And that's a must. You have to have metabolic waste. It is going to be generated everywhere, any living cell. So your food has to be designed such that you have a mopping up mechanism, and without that it just cannot be called food. So I've been trying to define food for human race in the last 30 years. Of course, I'm not very successful. People are not listening. But whether you listen or not, this is the truth. And these mirrors, these C4 glasses, are designed to get carbohydrate packed with grain is made along with fiber because steel doesn't have water while it is making the grain. So C3 to C4, this genetic mapping escapes this step, and that's why these are called C4 glasses. The grain is made from oxaloacetic acid, not from fiber. C3 grasses, and that is the reason why C3 grasses, rice and wheat, are dangerous for you, and C4 grasses are good for you because they are incorporating what are called lignon fibers in the carbohydrate. So when you eat these grains, you're supplying in your blood the fiber that is floating around and doing the job of tea. These lignoids are precursors of lignin, the wood material that you see. It is the most beautiful instrument. So the design of food should be that you do not generate toxic water waste and you provide the energy. So provide the energy, your glucose should be released in the material domain. You don't do the mistake of flooding your blood. Or citric acid also gives you glucose, but it is flooding you, and that generating disease, that making your heart pump more, and thus your varicose veins. That's your blocked arteries, deep veins, all these names. But how is the I started at 10:40. I need to keep time with 40 minutes I have spoken. So you see where the problem is and how do we solve this problem. So to provide enough fibrous material that can clean up. At the same time, you need to provide enough glucose content to burn it being eaten. Isn't it? So what fits the definition of this is the millet. And that's how I was so hell bent upon. And luckily, this fellow can be grown everywhere and anywhere, even in Gulf countries. Just give me sand. I will throw some 3% of cocoa peat and grow this food. At 45 degrees. At 10 degrees in Himalayan open spaces, I can grow mono chawal. Abundant. Just what it needs is sunlight. And that's why these are called arka. Adi. Kanadade arka. Arka andre sun. Sun. And befitting way, it will clean up your blood and bone marrow. So the fiber of cotton chawal cleans up. And you are all thinking chawal means this white chawal, nothing else. It is our doorbad that we think rice means anna posha. Without anna, how can we live? It's not that white rice. Kodo chawal, putki chawal, pangani chawal, anasama chawal. All these, there are 3,000, more than 3,000 chawals. And now we are left with bajra, jowar, kulli, or ragi. And in fact, in millets, there are two types of foods, mota anaj, chota. But for me, all are not closed in mota anaj is millets. Because you are now left with is ragi, jowar, and bajra. And they are actually mota anaj. What it means is chota anaj also was there. If you have forgotten, it is what now. छोटा अनाज में ये 5 दाना कोडो चावल कुटकी गगरी हरा कंगी and wheat. So 5 grains in English: foxtail millet, little millet, koda millet, barnyard millet, brown millet. So this green revolution scientists said these are all coarse grains. They have fiber in it. Animals eat it. जानवरों का आहार है. And that's what this place came and told all over the world that this is the fine food, you need to eat rice and wheat, and it is food security is there for you. So everyone invested on fertilizers. आज भी हमारा government gets 2.39 lakh crores of rupees subsidy for this fertilizers. And that is not calculated in your rice cost. And you are all thinking rice is very cheap, 40 rupees, 50 rupees. क्या rice 1 rupee for 1 rupee rice, 2 rupees rice are announced by all governments. But every kilo rice costs you 3,500 rupees. You like it or not, you are paying that much money. You may not know that you are paying 3,500 rupees per kg. Apart from destroying the rivers, rivers have evaporated. Our Punjab, which was like heaven, now is like hell. There is no water. ISRO just announced that um, 10 months back. 16 years of water is left in India. That means you are not going to have your loving Yehu anymore. After 15 years, I cannot eat Pulcha, I cannot eat your. There will be food crisis. And these fellows say food security comes in this. In fact, there is a war now, Ukraine and Russia. There are more than 4 or 5 countries who do not have food. So conflict situations. Now the temperature is rising. The yields of wheat have come down by 28% already in the world. Even if you have water to grow, it's not going to grow. Just because the temperature is up. So temperature is going up and there is no water also. We have dried up our tanks. Now in Punjab, we need to build 1,000 feet. Again, just only a line there used to be water. We have the same situation. Florida, right now. All in the name of modern agricultural practices. The most unscientific way of doing agriculture. That's why I said there is zero science. And for everything you attach the word science, science. Home science. Why is science in the home? You have to have love and care. You want to have human science? And that is loving, caring heart. So you just don't say science and everything will be taken care of. Absolutely nothing is going to be taken care of, and you have the result. The world is facing many problems. There are no rivers left. Save soil, we are shouting. But how do you save soil? You keep eating rice and wheat and drinking coffee and tea. So if you want to shout save soil, first stop drinking coffee, stop drinking tea, stop eating rice and wheat. Only then you have right to say anything. Because this is what has spoiled our rivers, spoiled our soil, spoiled our ecology, killed thousands and thousands of animals, birds, and small creatures that you cannot even see. And most important among them is honeybees. They have been wiped out because of these pesticides and fertilizers. The herbicide called in producing soybean that has leaked and given cancer to penguin in the South Pole. And we all call ourselves humans. Sorry. So unless you change, you can do yogasana all right later. First eat because that can save your water, because 200 liters is good enough to grow kodacha. 300 liters is good enough to grow brown top, little millet, foxtail millet, and barley. And 600 liters are enough to grow nachki. 900 liters is good enough to grow bajra and jowar. And 1200 liters is good enough to grow corn. Corn is not millet because the grain is big. Millet is milli, small. It is the meaning of the word milli is small. Centimeter, millimeter. So just like millet, millet. You see the way they name. And this great FDA, actually in Colorado they grow tons and tons of brown top millet. In fact, it's called American millet. They used to eat, but these fellows, with this, all their science and all big things, they write not for human consumption. Bird feed. Oh, FDA said it is bird feed. So people who are growing and eating in India also, oh, this is bird feed. You are eating bird feed. Food news. So they also stopped eating because our country started giving 1 rupee rice, 2 rupee rice. They also started getting rice. In fact, now our villagers, 20% of their of course, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Delhi, everyone is fighting. We are number one, capital of diabetes. Can you see how we are fighting to declare ourselves as Hyderabad says we are number one. Ahmedabad says I am number one. Karnataka, we are number one. We eat a lot of sugar. Oh, Gujarat is like we are not less. चीनी खा करके हम imbalance होते हैं. We are searching for solutions with this. So pathetic. So I said, no, 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 this is, I was doing so-called CRLD, viewpoint, this. I already said, what the hell am I doing? Okay, let's go, ask mother, can we go back? Let's go back, I'm happy. So I touched her feet literally and said, let's go. And from 1997 onwards, I started hunting for these graves because I know they are the real people. So started collecting a fistful of ground of malaria. They're all gone, disappeared. Even in South, they were not there. So then back in 1993, I came first actually started work. I joined CFTRI. And those guys did receive money. Projects back. I said, tell me you guys, we have to. And went back because I needed a little more money to leave without working in any organization. I wanted to be independent so that I can do all these things without any restrictions. So I went back and earned a little more money so that I can put it in the bank and not bother about earning money anymore. So, but I didn't know, I didn't have good Lakachara, we call it. I only had 10 lakhs. When I put in the bank, I thought I'd be happy. But this was starting reducing interest. So I actually called one of my friends who was in America that fellow loan me making more money and I took a small house. Then my problems became less. So once you have a house, you know, you do whatever you want in your house, and then no problem. This paying rent, it's a big deal. So once I built my house, small house near the college where I studied Mysore, I became stabilized and started going to villages. So from 1997 to 2005, I collected and grew this very farmers soiled land. I didn't have this piece of land. So I gave them money to grow these things back and then we started pounding and putting mixture and finding the de-husking. They started feeding gangrene patients, kidney patients, heart valve patients. Lo and behold, within 3 months, like that, people started doing that. Of course, I used to tell them, you got to do 3 things. One, first thing you want to do is Surya Namaskar. Because health is not just this alone. There are so many biochemicals that get generated. Just like plant generate glucose, we generate, being in sun, vitamin D, which is the most important ingredient for more than 1,000 reactions in our body, starting from bone restoration, bone health, immunity, um, menstrual cycles, age cycles, the list goes on and on and on and on. So that means who can give you immunity? You sit in a room, you sit in AC hall, you travel in the car, you don't expose yourself to sun at all because they going into the sun. Not good. White collar jobs, everyone wants white collar. They don't go into sun. Of course, I'm not asking you to go to the sun in the afternoon or Ahmedabad or Punjab, you go out. The mind is sun, the rising sun. Ushodaya, Prakodaya, Arunodaya, and so on. These times the energy, the frequency of this rays is absolutely designed to fit your rods and bones in your eyes. That initiates clock, circadian clock, adrenal metabolism. Like this, I can go on mentioning 108 biochemical steps are energized, activated in your body. And that's why your health is not complete unless you do so much. And we have been able to help thousands of cancer patients, thousands of gangrene patients, thousands of mental retarded, thousands of hemotherapy, Alzheimer's disease. All these kinds of things can get completely only with surveillance. Without that, healing is not possible. Because so many biochemical reactions are performing place. So within 3 weeks, you see the improvement in any kind of disease. It doesn't matter, heart problem, this problem, tachycardia, all these things. Heart doesn't exist alone. So you cannot say cardia wellness. It is the wellness of the being. It is part of the whole thing. So if the whole thing is well, if every part is well, then the whole thing is well. It is this holistic approach that can give you wellness, not cardiac expertise, CKD expertise, lung expertise. This is nonsense. And this approach of even learning compartmentalization has resulted in every day in Bangalore apartments, the dead bodies announced after 10 to 15 days by their batsmen. This is an ongoing daily occurrence in every culture of urbanization. Not only in Bangalore, everywhere there is apartment. Because we don't know this in India. We are all living together for namesake. We are so much apart. Everything is happening in our Bangalore, but even journalists don't report. That's because our minds are absolutely brainwashed to see things differently. And it is not different. We are all together on this planet. And that's why our ancestors said, Savage and all. That means even if a cat is not doing all right, you will not be all right, if not today, day after tomorrow. Even if a rat is not all right, it's going to happen. So keep the rat also in its place and let it be at ease. But here we are doing everything that moves. बिल्ली को खाओ, कुत्ते को खाओ, ऊंट को खाओ, goat को खाओ, कुछ खाओ, मारो खाओ. Why मारो खाओ? We create artificial meat. Now we don't need cats and dogs. You want cat meat? We know the compulsion. I have an app here. Artificial feeding this much protein, this much on. Okay. You want cat protein? What's your nature? Okay, liver. You want liver meat? Tons of it, thousands of it? No problem. We have some culture. I know you are good. How many days? 3 days you can 1,000 tons. So you want to celebrate your birthday? You will meet to all of us. And that's what the future is corporate food philosophy. And you call that food. And Zomato will also are not going to pay. You just have to have phone, a drone will come, trace you wherever you are. I'm not joking, this is what is coming. And I tell people, whoever comes to me, first, Surya Namaskar. ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं सर, हम क्वार्टर डाल के सुबह। And in fact, there are many people who think sun doesn't look orange at all. Sun means bright. You will not see. When people don't know sun is orange at particular 7 minutes time when we are running But without that Shakti Sanchaya, the whole bloody world exists, the movement of energy, different forms of energy. Phyto energy, chemical energy, bioenergy, and then you have shit. And then other things come and transform that into this. So everything is moving. It's all, you think it is matter. It is not matter. It is energy. The water cycle, nitrogen cycle. All these cycles are, energy is moving and matter is only manifestation. And that's Maya. So it is the movement of energy that we are blocking by this unnatural nonsense. That's why, in fact, your Chaitanya comes from sleeping and from seeing sun. In many of these so-called northern hemisphere countries, there have been a man because they have not seen sun for months. In fact, there is a photo of different lights, and you sit there for 2 hours and then you should go to it. What does it mean? Light has important role. If it is more, if it is wrong light, you will become. So that they have told us long. So without Surya Namaskar, and we are teaching Surya Namaskar now in Zoom at 12 noon in AC room. हो गया ना बात? After that, we eat gulab jamun. And you call this yogic science. Let's change. Please. So that's why I said I am not at war. हमारा काम तो बदलने का प्रयास बस. Each and everyone has right to know what he or she is. हम तो बता सकते हैं क्या सही है क्या सही नहीं. So हम बदलने के लिए प्रयास करें. हम कामयाब होते हैं या नहीं, हमको कुछ भी देना नहीं है. I don't care whether I succeed or not. करने तो करना. That's my job. It's my duty. I consider it as my duty because I know it. ये विचार को हम बांटना है. I want to take it. Intellectual rights, copyrights. ये विचार को बेचने का बुद्धिमान में नहीं पड़ना. And that is the Western culture. We want to copy that also. आयुर्वेद चूर्ण को प्लास्टिक डब्बा में डाल के हम बेचने को तैयार हो. वो चूर्ण तो पंडित को बनाना है, रोगी को देखकर क्या चाहिए क्या नहीं चाहिए वो पत्ते में या मिट्टी का बर्तन में डाल के कर लेना. सुबह 8 घंटे को लेना, बस उतना ही. Even if there is some problem, there is a medicine, that's the way it has to be dispensed. See how they have been influenced by this Western thought process in everything. Forget about all this. पैखाना, मेरा दामाद घर बना रहा है, पैखाने के लिए गए. I told him we want Bharatiya food. So he has to order. Only Western toilets are available. तो ये लोग हमारा खाना को बर्बाद किया और पैखाना को भी बर्बाद. Luckily, sit like this for more than 3 to 8 minutes. Even the fellow who is irritable, who is angry, those things around. Within 80 days, his nervous system gets centered within the heart. So people are thinking Maharashtra is for cheating. It takes away the nonsense that is created in the brain. So what it means is that your bowels will not be your mind. In fact, there's a direct correlation between the blood microbes and your brain. Because the nerves that are there around your tummy are more than the nerve centers that you are in. So health is not just eating right. Oh, millets. Oh, I've eaten millets only. I soak them well and I eat them well. But then you go to the restaurant toilet and see it's not done. Oh, hemorrhoids, spice, fishes. So you don't know how to shape. And then you create all this nervous, come, I got it. And I will do this, I will do that. I will take horse tail and cut it. All these kinds of. Yeah. It's 1 minute. The science is completely masked. Oh, vaccine, mask, move, bump. So all this in the name of safety, they are taking away your freedom. There's no science at all. Absolute nonsense is going around in the name of science. That's why your immunity builds up with vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D. So you take care of your tummy, the microbes, you soak the millets for 8 hours, boil it for 15 minutes, tie up cotton cloth in a phosphorus pot, keep it for 8 hours. So total 16 hours. Beyond that, the fermentation proceeds, you get bad things. Should not touch. 16 hours. So anything that you cook, you have to consume by 16 hours. That is 24, 16, 8, 8, 8, 3, 1 by 31. That's the language. So you want to take khamir, the fermented porridge, which restores your microbial balance. So you cook bigona. Without soaking, you cannot cook millets because it is full of fiber, and fiber has to be hydrated. Jelly करना है, ये नहीं तो वो पकता नहीं. And that's why these girls know, oh, the father said we eat millets. They go back, take the thing, put it in the cooker, push. They eat, oh, it's done. We do not cook it properly. The fiber is not soaked, it is not cooked at a unique pressure cooker, only the top layer gets cooked inside. The fiber has not been hydrated. Jelly नहीं हुआ है. But if you soak well and cook, all millets are wonderful for everyone. Absolutely no problem. And if you actually make ambali, we call in southern India ambali, a fermented porridge, ambali. But some Ayurveda fellows think that, oh, it is fermented with food. Fermented thing that is beyond 24 hours. 16 hours under, whatever you want you can do. And ऐसा आप चास पी सकते हैं, दूध को आप बेचते रहते, चास को बेचते रहते, because fermentation happens, the lactobacillus converts that. So रात में कर्स नहीं खाना, रात में कुछ भी नहीं खाना, Whatever you eat before sunrise, sunset, or half an hour late. So there's some problem. I said, you can eat, no problem, you can eat in the evening or no, रात में कुछ कर्ज नहीं खाना, ये नहीं खाना, वो सब कुछ खा सकते हैं. Don't eat anything after 7:30 maximum. But you want to eat pizza, burger, ice cream at 12 o'clock. All these fellows are doing that. We will also do. So this is the problem even with Ayurveda. You should tell don't eat anything after 7:30. If you want or if you have to, you are not eaten for 2 days and you are getting food at 9, 10 o'clock, even that is in liquid form. Because the nerves are already not ready to digest anymore. Because it is time. You like it or not, circadian clock is working in each and every cell, so they know what to do and when not to do what. मालूम है क्या? But we are dumping everything every time, and that's why there is a time. So, when the sun rises, the burning thing. So you eat well in the morning, but तुमको ब्रेकफास्ट चाहिए, लंच चाहिए, इवनिंग स्नैक्स चाहिए, रात में खाना चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो तो डॉक्टर साहब eat 2 hours. क्या है? Your system is ready, digestive canal is active only in the morning when the sun is rising. In fact, it is connected directly to the orange color sun. So when the sun is at that best, you should be eating. At the most, drink some water or drink some juice. But then this English fellows came and said, morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, evening snacks, and then night dinner. And everyone wants to eat 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Can I eat 5 times? Because doctor said, can I eat 5 times millets? I said, don't eat anything. Eat only 2 times. Morning once, evening once. So we are young growing people, you can eat something in that. You are brainwashed. But till you de-brainwash, I mean, you got to unlearn these things if you want to be healthy. So it's not just food and this. You should know. Because the science of digestion tells you don't eat in the afternoon. But we have afternoon 5-day, 5-course meals, 10-course meals, power lunch, yoga lunch. You do yoga and eat, it is yoga lunch. But don't do yogas in the afternoon. So all these things have to be considered for your wellness of any part. Because we function as a whole. It's not my nose, my products, it is you who suffer. Even if your finger has pain, your eye has pain, or this and that. It is you. It is I. And for you, this I to be alright, everyone around should be alright. So you keep saying I, and end up being ill. And we start saying we, that we includes even the rat, cat, snake around you. Then wellness issues. ये सबका सब साइंस है, but we are not able to tell a certain. So सूर्य नमस्कार जरूरत है, मनासन जरूरत है, and there is one more rock hard is not really good. Really want your cardiac wellness. You keep your legs to the wall, lie down L shape, give a pillow to your buttocks. So the whole thing, the anti-gravity, the blood starts going because you have thickened your blood vessels, all the nonsense will be done. So that actually the gravity works for you instead of against. So before you sleep, in the evening, before you eat rather, lie down 15-20 minutes. Your prostate gets well. All the fellows are searching for toilets in 3 times, 4 times. The moment 40, now even 30, 40 years fellows are also searching for toilet in the night. So why search? Let's have toilet near the bedroom. Can you believe we are shitting in the bedroom? We have attached bathrooms, walking bathrooms, walking. What nonsense are we talking? Amazing things have happened in the last 50 years. Amazing. These are all things that I wanted to put it across to you. And millets have multidimensional crisis solving problems because they don't require water. They can grow anywhere. They can regenerate your lost organs. So your neurons and nephrons take 7 years to be regenerated. So if you have patience, you can cure even your mental problems. So foxtail millet fiber cleans up your nerve centers and lung. Little millet cleans up your jananangas, that is breast reproductive organs. Ovaries, uterus, mammary glands, all is connected in females, and testicles, sperm production, prostate, all the adrenals, hormone, all that in men. So Italians are not there anymore in another 3 4 years. They are not no boys and girls are anymore. Germany average is 15. All Europe countries the same story. And in China they don't know what they're doing. Only old people are there, young people are gone. So we're killing ourselves. There is no need for disasters to happen. This is the disaster. Biggest disaster is we, because we are not living according to natural laws. All in the name of progress, development, science, all we do. And so much has happened and we still are not talking about this. And in America, I just one bad luck or good luck, I went last July 4th, Independence Day. Right in front of White House, I landed. And I saw some 1,000 young boys and girls below 25 years are marching. They call March of Pride. Who are these guys? LGBT, lesbians, gays. So, last 23 years, the percentage of LGBT has increased to 33%. So, the whole nature of human being is boy wants boy, girls want girls. And Abhidhyam Patka. So much has happened. So much hormonal imbalance that they don't know who they are. And we all are looking to copy whatever they do. हमको सोचना है ये तरीके बदलना है स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम पैखाना एंड खाना बदलना है only then we are going to be healthy. So it is in the holistic approach that we can find help, not dividing the knowledge itself. For practical reasons, area, locals we divide, but knowledge cannot be divided. It is there to be shared in every living thing, if possible even with animals, because animals do respond for knowledge. You can train them. And they do behave better than us. So let's educate ourselves. Let's bring in the change that preserves life on this planet, not other things. Thank you very much for your.
Dr. Thakurwali, thank you so much for an enlightening session on diet, gratitude, and strength. Aging this as an inspiration, we have organized a minute-based sweep in today's lunch business. We would also like to thank Dr. Pallab Desai from Only Group for creating awareness about millets across Gujarat and helping us to get in touch with Dr. Hrudayam. Multiple researchers suggest that sitting in one place for a long period of time leads to multiple health conditions like obesity, changes in blood pressure, blood sugar, etc. So let's take a short break and we'll see each other again in 10 minutes and understand how cardiovascular diseases can be prevented by the help of yogic practice.
પછી ઈ વિડિયો પાછળ